is presented by Benjamina Mia Casino. Licensed real estate professional since 2008. License number S01669991 LLC. It's a lunch hour in Vegas, and we're on the dot with Dot and Mia here on PHLV Radio.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to On the Dot. We're here live on PHLV Radio, and our host, Dorothy, is where? Dorothy, come here, help me.
I'm also live right here at home.
You have waves on your hair.
I know, right? I slept with the traditional curlers. So, Kumu-estas, Mia?
Yes, why Kumu-estas? Why is Kumu-estas the title of our show? It's double purpose because our guest is my Kumu, our Kumu in our hula group. And Kumu-estas is how are you? Because we picked a card last week about worry. Mm-hmm. Yes, worry. Yeah. So, should I introduce my guest, our guest?
Yes.
Yes, I will make a short introduction only because we will get to know our guest in depth today. Our guest is my Kumu, our Kumu in our hula group, na Hula Alia, Aloha Cultural Preservation, Kumu, which means teacher in Hawaii, Mr. Charles Herring. Welcome to the show again.
Thank you for having me. Aloha, everybody.
Aloha.
Thanks for tuning in.
Aloha. What did you say? You said a word.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
You said something? Si Kumu?
Aloha.
There's another one that he mentioned.
Did you say another word, Kumu?
Aloha, Kumu? No, I just said aloha. I was welcoming all your listeners.
There you go.
Right.
Okay.
Can you hear us now?
Thanks for joining us, right?
Can you hear us good? Can you hear us well?
I can hear you, but I think there's a delay coming from me to you.
I see.
Mm-hmm. Pero kayo, from you to me, it's okay. So anyway, I welcome you again, Kumu Charles. This is your second time.
Yes.
On the dot. How have you been?
Oh, busy, very busy. This year, it's winter season. There's so much going on. But
such as?
Been work. So one of the things that I do is I work for, not necessarily work for the Ethel Chocolate Factory, but we put the Christmas lights up. So that's been a challenge this year. It takes us 6 weeks to get it up. And then it's open to the public right now. And then, of course, with our hula, it's always hula somewhere. It's always culture somewhere. So that's been keeping us busy. And then we're getting ready for our annual Christmas show, which is coming up as well in December. So very busy.
So how do you divide your time?
I really don't. You just go.
Yeah. It's amazing.
I don't know. People always ask me, how do you do what you do? I don't know. I guess it's passion, right? So cultural, right? Community. That's all has to do with passion, I think. And then, of course, coming from Hawaii, it's a diverse culture. So, it's a melting pot. So you got everybody. And then now you're here in Vegas, you got everybody. And so, how do you do that with time? You just have to do it, get involved, interact, and just keep going. I mean, yeah, I guess you can get burned out pretty fast. But I guess the drive would be that has to be passion that's coming from somewhere with culture. Yeah.
It's interesting how you said burned out. Did you say burn out?
Yeah.
And then you said passion.
Yeah.
And those are two fiery words. Very warm, very hot, to get burned up, and to be impassioned. Those are hot energies. Very, yeah. So, and you have a family?
I have families, cousins that live here. Not in particular having my own kids or stuff, but with hula, we have a family. We have a family there, so it's kids, adult, teens, seniors.
That's a lot.
That would be your extended family, I guess, or what we say, ohana. The word ohana means family.
Family.
Yeah.
Wow. So let me get this straight. You have adults, you have teens, and you have kids in your hula group.
Right.
And you have shows. Like, on the average, how many shows do you have, say, a month?
Oh, a lot.
Like 3 maybe at an average 3. But those are all community service type performances. So our organization it's not really about hula, but it's about people coming together. It's a connection that we have with people, cultural, coming from different walk of life. Everybody comes in, and then hula is just part of a program. So we teach Hawaiian dance. So that's how everybody connects, and people love hula. So that's a great way to connect.
So it's a community, and you have activities aside from just dancing, right?
Correct.
So how many hours would that eat up from your daily schedule, for example?
Well, we just meet once a week with our hula and what we do as far as programmings, and then it would depend what the activity would be. So like our kids program, if they're doing something for the weekend, then that would have to lead me there. And then if our senior's doing something else, then that's going to have to lead me somewhere else. So it really depends on the month.
And the one day a week, does it take up like 8 hours for you?
It takes up a lot of time. I think it takes up a lot of time, personal time. So just for me to prepare at home and try to get this out every week, it takes days, and then it takes a lot of mental, I don't know if it's mental stress or just thought of just planning these things, Yeah.
And it's not even that. Those pictures that we showed last week, those pictures when I was wearing green and I was wearing the pink costume. He designed those, and he makes sure, and that's just one of me. And there's how many hula dancers, Kumu? 24? Yeah. How many are we? So there's just one hula dancer. Imagine designing for all hula dancers, and sometimes he makes those costumes even. So imagine his day.
I cannot imagine.
Yeah.
When you ask me to imagine, I cannot.
Yes.
There's a history with me with costumes and my life travel. Before I came to Vegas, I was in Japan. For about 8 years in Japan, spent a lot of time there, and again, entertainment, hula. So, there's a lot of things that had brought me to Vegas, and because our organization is really the focus is really to focus on helping people who are less fortunate. So when we talk about costumes, velvet dresses can be $200. Yes. These costumes that they have to buy, it's just becomes too much.
Yes.
Yeah. So Nahula, our organization, actually provides that for our members,
yes,
as long as they're with the program, and then we get them fitted, and that's from lei to hairpiece to dress. So.
Do you have a team with you?
Team? I think the team is all volunteer team. Like you have to ask, and then somebody will come and they'll just help. But mainly when you create, I guess I don't know how to explain it because. Like I'm left-handed, so I don't know who's left-handed out there because there's a different way of how left-handed think, I guess.
Oh.
So as far as being creative and what goes on in our mind when we're thinking about a hairpiece or when we're looking at a song, because every hula song has a meaning, and every hula song that we do, transpires into something. It's not just wearing a costume, but you have to look at the meaning of the song, and if it has to do with pink flowers, maybe you want a pink dress and stuff like that. So there's a lot that goes into it. Yeah.
Are you spreading? Do you feel like you're spreading yourself thin?
This year I have, because we've been short-handed at work, and then I have to go from one job to my hula, and then community services, But community service is something that we've always done. So we've been in the community since 2010, and it started up with 25 senior ladies, and these are senior ladies that most of them has passed on though, but that's where it started. And those days are gone, but those are the days that you would actually know who to go to if somebody's doing fundraiser, who's going to take in hula payment, who's doing costuming. So you don't have to really ask. You knew where to go, and those are just pastime. But 25 ladies we started no hula.
Ooh, do you have time to take a deep breath?
I actually do when I can leave Vegas. Just to do. I mean, even that's a funny thing because I can be at home, and that's like my zen. I can be home. I can be in my yard, and I'm okay. Or if there's too much going on in my house, I just do something else. That's kind of like how I kind of get away from, the craziness, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Kumu rests. We get texts from him 24/7. I don't think he sleeps. I don't think he rests. Right? No, he needs to rest.
Yeah, we all have to rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very passionate of what he does.
One of the most important words that I learned through the years is the word no.
No?
No.
Yeah, you learn
to be able to say no to certain things so that I can handle myself, so I can take care of my body, mind, and spirit.
That is so true. Yeah, that is something that I've learned. That is something I've learned because, it's the fact that, sometimes in our community, people have requests for no hula to do so many things. And when we say no, it's only because we cannot do everything, know. And it really gets to you sometimes. And then, of course, I don't know if I can say this, but, sometimes people take advantage of the situation or what we're doing in the community. And so, it can get crazy.
I actually learned to say no when I went to the U.S. I was a yes person before I went to the U.S., but I learned to say no when I came here. Yeah, it was much easier.
Yes, but I think when we say yes, it's because we want to see what's going on. We want to learn more. I guess. Yeah. I mean, especially in the realm, for me, the realm of hula, right? So anything that has to do with entertainment, I want to be there. I want to be part of it. I want to see what's going on. I want to see how somebody interacts, and then take the idea of what they're doing. And so that's kind of like how we started. And then, definitely at one point, after so many years, you want to just say no, right? Unless they're going to pay you, then okay, let's sit then, right?
Because I said that your no to someone is your yes to yourself.
Right.
Your no to someone is your yes to yourself.
So
I'm really thankful that you're talking about this, Mr. Charles, because for one thing, it's very rare for men to talk about their pressures. And I hope that this particular episode goes around for us to be able to reach out to men in our society, because I know that so much pressure is on you. And you, of all people, you are not just earning money for your family, you are doing something for the community, and you're handling 24 dancers and the entire community of your hula group. So thank you very much for opening up to this. This is very important, especially in the light of so many, our quest for mental wellness, mental well-being. So how do you feel about sharing all these with us?
I can share a lot if I'm able to open up a little bit more, or it depends too, if someone's to ask me a question. I mean, I've been really honest. The transparency that I think I have for myself is just be honest. You know, I mean, I'm no longer young. I'm not that old, but there's a time when you just have to just say what you got to say and let people just decide how they're going to take it. You know, some people, they get very offensive, but that's just how it is. I mean, you know, that's life, I think. You know, and being in a community of servicing community, you got all different type of people, personalities, and you just have to go with what's in front of you, I guess, because it's always different. You know, because we do outreaches, we do the homeless, you know, we collect things for people because they ask. Yeah.
Because they ask.
Yeah.
And of all these things that you're doing, which ones are your favorites?
I was going to come back to hula. I love to teach. I really do. Yeah. I mean, that is something that keeps my mind creatively, you know, intact with myself. And so I've always loved teaching. Sometimes I don't get a chance to teach because, again, community, everything's so busy. But that would be my first passion. Yeah.
To teach
the
dance.
Yeah.
Right. Mia, you're looking in at the group. You're part of it, but also you're not part of it 24/7. What's your perception of what's going on in his life?
Oh, I'm just amazed of, you know, how passionate Kumu is, especially with everything he's doing. He's teaching hula. Not only hula, he teaches crafts as well. And, you know, he's very giving to people. You know, he gives out pantry, and he does this wholeheartedly. So, and, you know, and he's just very creative, and he shares his talent. So, yeah.
Yeah. What struck me there with what you said, Mia, is he's very giving.
Yeah.
Giving. Are you also open to receiving, Kumu?
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's always there, and we have a lot of people that they give. You know,
to yourself, to you.
Oh, to me, definitely.
Yes.
That's something that's something I've learned. That's something I've learned. Just like I had to learn, like there's 5 ways of doing something. You know, because when you're stuck with just doing it only one way, then you realize, you know what, there's more than one way of doing something, you know. And then you have to open up your mind on that too, because it gets really crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So you are open to receiving help. You're open to receiving the gift of quiet. If Mia gives you, or somebody else gives you a trip to somewhere in the Bahamas, go for a vacation. Are you open to receiving that?
Yes, I am actually.
Yeah?
I would. Why not, right?
Yeah, just like right now. Christmas season is coming up, so you must be very, very busy. What's
we are very busy.
Your most immediate? What's top 5 for you now?
So right now, the top 5.
3.
Well, let's see.
3 or 5.
Yeah, so we're preparing for our annual Christmas show. This will be the 13th year that we do a Christmas show at the Orleans. We sit 600 people. All of the people that sits in there as a guest, they're followers, they're fans of Nahula. Most of them are seniors. So that's how we stemmed up with having so many people. Hula, practice, concept shows, trying to get it all together, costumes, and then more practice, I think. That's where we're at right now.
Wow.
So, you know. So I think, yeah, when it gets closer to, like, this is the month that we actually have to do more practices. So, again, you know, time is really thin right now, so we just make it work. So I have another boy that teaches hula as well.
Yes.
So his name is Kalani Fuller. He's also from Hawaii that lives here. So he's another instructor. You know, rather we're a teacher of hula or instructor. That's where we're at with hula, because there is a such thing as a protocol with hula. Yo. When you use the words kumu, when you use the words halau, which is a hula school, it's a term for hula school. And there's a sense of graduation that you're supposed to go like hula college for it, and we've never done it. So we were always in the entertainment business, the entertainment world. That's how we got it started with teaching hula, you know. So it's an
Do
interesting.
you see yourself expanding as a company?
As no hula, it would be nice to have like other branches or other locations, because right now we're just in Green Valley, so everybody has to come to Green Valley if they want to dance with us. I wouldn't mind going to North, South, East, West, and we planned it out before. It's just trying to get people together, because you can't just teach 3 people, 2 people, and go to the North Side every week. So it gets very, time consuming and driving. And then, of course, the gas at one point went up, so. Yeah. So North South. So we always look at that North South East West thing, because that would be a good branch to do hula elsewhere. Yeah.
Yes, it's like reminds me of these martial arts studios. Is that a studio? What do you call that?
A dojo.
When they have the dojo.
Yeah.
When they train teachers, and then they expand and open branches in different places, but they have developed a system of accountability, responsibility, sharing of tasks. Do you see yourself doing that?
I always saw myself doing that. It's just getting people involved to want to do it, because when we talk about Hawaiian dance, there's a lot of studios here. There's a lot of studios here. There's a lot of dancers that want to be teachers. There's just a lot of people that want to be, I guess that's the term, want to be, and it's not something that you can just do today and then if you're busy, then tomorrow you stop, It has to be an ongoing process.
Commitment.
Commitment. And then, of course, that's where the reputation comes in, and that's where people know you, they see you, And one of the biggest things that we do when we go in the community is because we want our members to be active, because we are a membership base, so we take care of our membership.
Awesome.
So being active and doing their activeness in the community is just part of what we do. Because otherwise we're in 4 walls. We're at the studio of hula for 4 walls, and we don't use it. So that was one of the things why we took it out into the community.
Right. Wow, and Mia found you.
She sure did.
I actually found them through
There's a big Filipino community.
Yeah, that's how I found the group. They performed in a Filipino event, and I said I want to do that, so I joined.
We've always worked with the community, especially like the Filipinos. So when we started doing the Filipino community, it was through Doc Mike.
Yes,
it was through him.
Yes,
and his request and his request and his request, and that's how we got to know the community here with the Filipinos.
Right. Oh wow, that's good. There's a merging of 2 different cultures.
Yes,
and yet different, and yet you have a lot of similarities.
Very similar.
Right. Yeah. So when we come back, because we're going to take a short break, I think we need to take a break. Last week we did not, right? So last week we were talking about Mia in action, and now it's Kumu-estas. But we will be back. We'll have a break, and then when we're back, we'll focus on the 2 cards that Mia picked last week. We're going to talk about that. So don't go away. Welcome back to Dot and Mia. On the Dot with Dot and Mia. And incidentally, you saw the video, the slide of the University of the Philippines Alumni Association of Nevada. And that's where we're coming from. That's where Mia and I met. And we are bringing this to you in tandem with the UP Alumni Association in Nevada. Mia, you want to talk about the new set of officers and what's happening next month?
Yes, I would like to invite you to two events.
We need to change our photo here. Iba na ang mga officers natin.
Oh, yes. We'd have to change that. I would like to invite you to two events. One is for the joint Christmas celebration, Christmas gala, and induction of officers on December 2nd of the Upaan and Alpha Phi Beta fraternity on December 2nd at the Suncoast Hotel at 6 p.m. I hope you could join us. It's open to the public for $80 and ads, full page ads for $125. And Kumu here would like to invite everyone. Kumu, would you like to talk about our Christmas show?
Oh, sure. So we do an annual Christmas show at the Orleans Hotel. This is going to happen on Sunday, December 3rd.
Yes.
It's a luncheon buffet. It's an all day from 10 a.m. to 2:30. This year we have 3 Hawaiian bands coming from Hawaii in part of our entertainment. And we also, it's an ongoing entertainment, so we also have cultural groups here, local cultural groups. And basically we want to showcase who's in town and who lives here, because in our showroom we have a lot of organizations and a lot of people that might be wanting to hire these culture people or want to invite them to do their show as well. So there's a lot of movements in our showroom, but definitely something to see. It's our 13th year, and then we see a good 600 people, and it's all about fun and connection.
So much fun.
It's about connection.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have
I want to
auctions and raffles and it's so much fun.
I want to rename Las Vegas not as a sin city, but as a fun city.
Yes.
You think so?
Yeah.
Definitely.
There's so many things going on here. Just looking at the sphere is already fun for me.
I know. And
I haven't
F1.
even seen it in person.
Yeah, Formula One is coming up soon.
What's that again?
Formula One. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, it's going to be this weekend? Is it going to be this
18th, right?
weekend?
Yeah, they're
the
doing practice
18th?
runs, I think, right now, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's
so
why it's traffic already.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So more than just fun, I think it's really a vibrant city that we're living in.
Yes.
And you are picking up the energy of the city, Kumu. You know, you can feel the the busyness,
Definitely.
almost the frantic desire to be doing something, to be productive, to be involved with the community. And we're feeling that. I'm feeling that. That's why
Thank
most
you.
of the time I just want to stay home. But you're out there and you're a leader and you need to be out there. So the card that Mia picked up, I'm going to show that. I don't know if Kuya Yo can show that on air. It's the worry card. Worry. Oh no, it's not too clear. WORR what? There you go. So what are you worried about, Mr. Charles?
What am I worried about? Let's see. Well, I guess it's presentation when we do our Christmas show, because we take our stage is pretty big, so presentation is very important. So the worry would be that our dancers don't memorize their hula motions. They forget to put on a costume of some sort, accessory, because this has happened. I have experienced so much through different dancers and the years. But those are like one of the minor worries, I guess, because you have to take all of that in stride, and then because some of these dancers, it's just their first time to take the stage, and the experience that they have. When you're in the showroom and when you're in our showroom, there's a level of excitement, because everything is back to back. Everything entertainment starts at 10 and it just goes forward, and so there's a lot of movements going on. So, the worry would be that they get their numbers right, or from the stage to the dressing room, that they get in and out of their costume. There's quite a bit of things. But I think that's the worry, I think, with hula for me right now. Yeah,
we have so many costumes, so many costume changes. So,
Mia, what about you? What worries you?
Me? I guess what happens, the unforeseen worries me. What I cannot see.
Or control, right?
Yeah, what I cannot control,
Has there ever been a time, or let's say, let me rephrase that. Can you think of a moment that your worry actually came true?
A lot of times.
A lot of times?
Yeah.
How about you, sir?
I think so for myself as well.
The worry came true.
Yeah, it does. I think that's the reality, I think, of just us
worrying about it.
Staying up late,
You worry because, you anticipate it happening.
Anxiety and just everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about
So
you?
it becomes,
what worries you, Dot? You asked us, but you didn't answer.
What's that?
How about you? What worries you?
I used to be worried. The focus of my worries by default would be my children.
Oh.
By default. When I say default, it's automatic. It's almost like autopilot. But when I am conscious and mindful, I shift that worry. I turn it into prayer. I turn it into intention. I turn it into gratitude and pronouncements, declarations of blessings.
Yes.
So going back to what you said, when you said earlier that the things that you worried about, some of them came true. But maybe if you really thought hard about it, a lot of them did not come true. Like maybe we worried, remember in 2012, we worried that the world was going to end. And then at the turn of the century, we worried that the earth would collapse, would disintegrate, like the end of the whole civilization.
Skylab.
That did not happen, right?
Yeah.
We were so worried about the 5G. Did you remember that?
I remember the Skylab.
Yeah. The Skylab as well. So many things that we worried about in the past. They were big. They were huge. Like when Trump becomes president, we were worried. When Biden became president, we were worried. All these things. And some of them, the little ones came true. Some other things did not come true. They were like, I'd like to think.
There's a saying, worry is like a rocking chair. You just rock it, but you don't go anywhere.
You just rock it, but you don't
Yeah,
go anywhere. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. So how do you yourselves deal with worry? Let's start with you, sir.
I think I just kind of let it go.
Yeah.
I mean, because you learn that, you cannot control what you're worrying about. So the best thing to do is just take it all in, just let it go, and see what happens, whatever the result would be. I mean, that's something that that's something that I focused on recently, because there are so many worries. I mean, worries just turn the corner and somebody's saying something, turn the corner and somebody needs help, and it becomes, especially if it's your friends, because then you worry about them, and so you just have to let some of these things go, I think, But you have to know that you inserted it, you looked at it, and then you cannot help, then you just have to let it go, I think.
Let it go, right?
Right.
Like the song. Is there a Hawaiian word for letting go of the worries?
Hawaiian word?
Or a cultural, or a norm, or an attitude. Here's one thing that I learned. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ho'oponopono.
Yeah, ho'oponopono. That's when two people get together.
They say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. It's a very healing word.
It's a healing word, because ho'oponopono is when you're in disagreement with someone, especially with Hawaiian culture, it's family, so there's always that disagreement. So they tell you to ho'oponopono, bring that heart together. And, that's where the process has to start, with two sides coming together. So that's a really huge word, ho'oponopono. Yeah.
Yes, I like that. I practice
Definitely.
that when I'm worried about someone misunderstanding me or when
Definitely.
I did something to someone. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing. How about you, Mia? How do you deal with worry?
With worry, if there's something that I can do to fix it, then I put action to it. But if it's something I can't control, then I pray.
Is there
Like
a
the
Filipino?
unknown, right?
Is there a
Yeah.
Filipino word for that?
for
Like worry or
for worry, Kumu?
yeah.
What's a Filipino word for worry?
Worry,
I mean, since we're talking
I
about it,
don't
like
know.
Let me think.
right?
Ano kaya yun?
Worry.
Yeah. But see, for the
Can't think
Filipino,
of the word now.
there's an attitude that we have,
Bahala na?
especially
No, bahala.
yes,
Yeah,
the bahala na is an
bahala na, I
antidote
think,
to
yeah.
worry.
Yeah, to let
It's
go.
like almost like a fatalistic
Right.
movement, fatalistic
Like leave it
mindset.
to fate.
Right.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
bahala na.
Leave it to fate.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I can't
Interesting.
remember a word for worry. Ano yun ba? I don't know.
Problema, no.
So,
Not
problem, right? So here's the word. Here's the sentence accompanying that word, worry. I am learning that worry does not change
Yeah.
an outcome.
There, yeah.
I am learning that worry does not change an outcome. Is that true for you? Yeah?
I say it's true.
Yes. I think it's just like adding the negative energy to something that we are afraid of. So on the opposite side of worry, which is what you also mentioned, Mr. Charles, is letting go. And the word here is surrender. And we can flash that card on the screen. It's surrender, and the statement says, I can release my need to control. I can, there, you see that? I can release my need to control. That is a hard thing.
That is
Do you
definitely.
find, I don't know about you, do you find that hard or easy? Mia, what do
Are
you
you
think?
asking me?
Yeah.
Surrender? I
Is
mean,
it hard for you to
something,
release?
if it's something I can't change, I'm okay to surrender.
Right.
Yeah.
The unknown especially, no?
Yeah.
I mean, what do we know about the future? Nothing. What about you, Sir Charles?
I think.
How do you feel about surrender?
How do I feel about surrender? Just give it up. I think we all learn about surrender, right? Because there's things you just cannot control. But
Yeah.
there's a time in our life, I think, we just have to give it up and just let it go. I don't know how to explain it. There's so many scenarios for that. Just the word.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned it earlier. You said when you are at home, you're in your Zen place. Zen is one of those things that we can practice to surrender the
Oh,
outcome.
definitely, yeah.
Right?
Right.
And I think dancing. Dancing is a way of surrendering. I don't know. I just feel like that. My sister, when she's very harassed with life, she goes dancing. How about you, Mia? Do you use dance as a way out?
It's a release, yeah.
It is
of
a release,
emotions,
right?
Yeah. Dancing is a release of
I think too,
emotions.
it's a
Yeah.
mind change, yeah. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Changing your mind about something.
It's an
Right.
expression also. Dancing is a way to express your emotions. If you're angry, you dance. If you're happy, you dance. Everything.
Because how we suppress ourselves, like,
Yeah.
there's something bothering us, we just put them on the side, and then we do something else. So if dancing is something that we just want to get away from it, and then, because we all have to come back and pick it up, right? Whatever
Yeah.
it is, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. But
And the next time you come back, you're a changed person. You have a different perspective of it because, you just had a beer, or you probably just had a good sleep, or you had a
Right.
glass full of water. So you are a different person each time you approach. You go away, you come back to the problem, and you're a different person because you did something else. You danced, you listened to the music, you took a shower.
that is
That's
so true,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so that's our little take on worry. Is there anything that you would like to add that I have not mentioned about worry and surrender?
Are you asking me or Kumu Charles?
Maybe you, Charles. Do you have something that you would like to contribute to that?
It seems like it comes hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that I think I see it hand in hand for some reason. You cannot accept one without the other.
Yes, right. Worry and surrender. So we have a choice. Like
Right.
something, something happens. You have a schedule that's back to back. Like how many pages, Sir Charles? 4 pages schedule back to back.
N-O,
In fine
N-O.
print.
N-O.
In
Right.
fine print. And then you just say, some people have this ritual. They look at their schedule and then they put their hands over that. They say, I bless you. God bless my schedule. And then, go where you want to go. Somebody also said, dear problems, go solve yourself. That's me. That somebody is me.
Oh, it
I
was
would tell my
funny that
problem.
you were sharing, you were worrying about your children.
Yes.
What I would do before when my kids were in grade school, so when they would leave to go to school, I would do this, like blessing them.
Yes.
I think God protect my children. And one time while they were leaving, they looked back and said, Ma, what are you doing?
Oh.
I said, oh, no, I was saying bye to you.
Is there a Hawaiian movement for that? For blessing?
Blessing.
What's the movement for blessing? A hand movement for
A lot of
blessing.
A lot of time when we do blessings or the gesture for blessing is really just the handshake or
The handshake.
so you allow yourself to be part of the person by extending
look
your
at
hand.
that. I like
yeah.
that. The open hand.
Right.
The palms up.
Yeah.
Open hand. That is so powerful because you're also receiving grace from above. That is powerful.
Right.
Woohoo! Love that. Love that. Okay, since we're coming to a close, before you give your quote, Mia, I'd like to ask Sir Charles to pick a number so we can pick the topic, the emotion for next week. So, say from 1 to 10, what number would you pick?
7.
7.
7 from the top or from the bottom? I'm having my cards here.
Oh, 7 from the top.
From the
She's
top.
picking the card for next week.
4, 5, 6, 7. Alrighty. The next week is we're gonna talk about fear.
Fear.
Fear and what's the other one? Courage.
Courage.
Aha.
Fear and
courage.
Okay.
So, if any of our listeners is interested to volunteer, share their life and talk about fear and courage, you're most welcome. And so, Sir Charles, thank you so much, Kumu
Thank
Charles,
you.
for being with us. I hope that our conversation about worry somehow dissipated your worry.
Yes, thank you.
Somehow it helped you to surrender.
Surrender.
All right, surrender. Do you have final words for our listeners, Mr. Charles?
I always say, be a blessing to each other. Always be a blessing to someone else. I use that in our hula too as well, because you don't know who you're gonna meet. Yeah, you don't know who needs that blessing. Because it just takes one person at a time to fulfill somebody's life, and just of a short period. So always remember that. Yeah.
Yes.
Be a blessing to someone.
Right.
I love that. Where's my love? There's my love.
And this one is love from Kumu Charles also, where he, where's the camera?
Yeah, I see that. What is that, Mia?
FLM, this is where Kumu Charles, he worked on the Christmas lights at FLM too.
Okay.
And this is from him.
It's a specialty chocolate.
Specialty chocolate. Where's the camera? Can you see it there?
Yeah, nice.
Yay.
Okay. Salamat. Maraming salamat. Mia, do you have a quote?
Yes.
Or do we say
and it's
goodbye
in
now?
connection with what Kumu Charles said too. The true meaning of aloha is to love and be loved.
Ah, wow.
Yay.
Aloha, everyone. Aloha.
Thanks again
Aloha,
for having me.
everyone. Thank you so
Kumu
much.
Charles.
Aloha. Be a blessing.
To everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye,
See you
everyone.
next week.
Aloha.
See you.